Scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, wears old Maggie Heath, babe. So there's never a trace of red.
All right. Well, hello and welcome. I'm Samantha with the Parks and Recreation Department here with the town, and we are thrilled to have you here tonight. And boy, are you in for 23 and a half minutes of fun. So with us tonight is a man that needs no introduction, but he requested me to give him one. He's an actor, a gold medalist, the real estate broker, the poet, the United States veteran, the model, the man, the myth, the legend. It is my honor to introduce to you Dan Goodman.
Thank you, Samantha, for the overwhelming welcome. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for bravely coming forward this evening to listen to my discourse. So without any further ado, I shall commence. The opening vignette. The year 1949, Riverside, California. More specifically, Riverside Polytechnic High School. I was a student. It was lunchtime. I was chatting with Mr. James, an English teacher. He was not one of my instructors, but he befriended me. We were standing by a wall or fence. There was an administration building under construction that was just past the framing stage. I made a negative comment about the design. In a low-key reply, he said, "There is an old Hebrew proverb, never show a fool a house half built." While Mr. James took me down a peg, he was kind enough to explain the essence of the proverb. If one does not have the imagination to visualize a finished product, should one knock it? How's this as a sample of incongruity? Only 2 women out of some 400 dignities were invited to attend the dedication of a colossal neoclassical sculpture, the Statue of Liberty, on Bedloe's Island on October 28, 1886, an event honoring a woman. No members of the general public were invited to attend. In all the speech-making, not one person mentioning the welcoming of immigrants. If the United States cancels the Declaration of Independence and the Brits rule once again, that will be delightful, as England most likely will proclaim fish and chips the national food, and we will all be a chip off the old block. I am amused by those who get absorbed with paintings displayed at galleries or museums, especially by those who believe they have a mystical calling. They know exactly what the artist meant in the creation of his work. A mind reader I'm not, nor am I inclined to develop such skills. During my remaining few days, I prefer playing the antic to the omniscient psychiatrist or pseudo-sage in need of a captive audience at a gallery. If I am frowned upon by my fellow man for simply enjoying or not caring for a work of art, so be it. It's bingo bango time. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I popped by a senior bingo at local community center. Before the games began, the person in charge said, "I hear so many complaints from people stating that we never call their number. So this afternoon, we are going to do something different for the first game. Everyone will stand up, and as their number is called on their card, they will sit down, and the last person standing who didn't have a number called will get $50. I told this to my buddy Tim. In response, he commented, "I wonder if the soldier at Custer's last stand got $50. This is called caring. Caring. I'm not interested. I'm not that interested. I'm not all that interested. I'm not the least bit interested. These are among ways of showing disinterest. Some of us prefer the simplistic approach. I don't give a shit." My fellow comedians tell me that I have to work on my delivery. So I am volunteering at a maternity ward. I was having lunch at a community dining hall with two cronies, Glenn and Tim. In the course of conversation, Glenn naively said, "Why can't people live in peace? Why do they have to fight?" At that point, I stepped in and retorted, "If there were only two persons on earth, you'd have differences. Multiply that by the billions we now have." Tim, without the slightest hesitation, said, "Even Abbott and Costello could not agree who was on first." Between 1979 and 1981, I had the opportunity to collaborate on the composition of song lyrics with my friend Carol Miller, a gifted poet. It wasn't until 1996, when I came to Yountville, that some of the lyrics were put to music when I met Ellen Patterson, a local musician and composer. I have a sentimental attachment to this one lyric called "Toes and Turtles, Tigers I Like." Look inside the toy box and see the treasures there. You won't find love is wanting. You won't find sadness there. Don't like toys that are broken, memories that fade, plastic-coated promises, forgotten as they're made. But toes and turtles, tigers I like. I'm not a Raggedy Ann with stuffing for a heart. Don't play Mr. Andy unless you want the part. Useless conversation, a heart that's full of lies, only used as playthings, like buttons used as eyes. Spare me from the using kind, only out for gains, who disappear without a trace the moment that it rains. A parent figure I don't need, full of admonitions with their told you so little stabs to puncture my ambitions. Wooden soldiers in a row, cap guns out of date, underhanded skirmishes, wars for breeding hate. But toes and turtles, tigers I like. Toes and turtles, tigers I like. There are many on this planet who spend time and energy to dissect their fellow man, to try and figure them out, to know what makes them tick. I opt to devote my waking days to more rewarding pursuits, as devouring a thick, succulent Virginia baked ham sandwich with a smear of smike mustard on pumpernickel. It's time for misery. Throughout the United States, there is happy hour in bars, taverns, and pubs that attracts millions, usually because of discounted prices during a specified time period. Since everyone who attends happy hour is not happy, why not have a sad hour, but don't turn away those who say they're happy? Just charge them full price. When I told my buddy Tim that I just finished a book titled Let's Shoot for Friday, he replied, anyone who writes a book with that title, his name must be John Wilkes Booth. The film version of Margaret Mitchell's Civil War saga, Gone with the Wind, premiered in Atlanta, Georgia, December 15th, 1939. Some 2,000 persons, including Confederate veterans, but not black actress Hattie McDaniel, barred for her race, viewed the 4-hour epic. McDaniel received an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role in a motion picture, and that picture was Gone with the Wind. While Gone with the Wind premiered in Atlanta, it had a sneak preview on September 9th, 1939, at the Fox Riverside Theater in Riverside, California. In the 3 years that I resided in Riverside from 1948 to 1951, I got to see several sneak previews at the Fox Riverside Theater. Abe Lincoln might title this, What Happened to Equality? Since they hand out awards to employees for their years of service to a company, corporation, or governmental entity, why don't they also extend recognition to prisoners who spend more time in the joint than those who work there? The good old days of groovy hood ornaments on automobiles are long gone. When I was younger, I could distinguish one make of automobile from another. With few exceptions, I can't do that today. They are all jelly beans with different colors, and the colors are nothing to write home about. Why do AutoZars outlaw styling? What's wrong with a little sex appeal? Cars have feelings too. You gotta chuckle when the Supreme Court nominees state at confirmation hearings that their personal reflections and/or philosophy do not enter into their decision-making process, that only the law dictates their vote. Excuse me? Who do they think they're kidding? The gods will not look unkindly upon them if they look the whole world in the eye and confess that they are of human origin and not robots fabricated on planet sesquipedalian in late fall. In July 2009, Senator Dianne Feinstein of California neatly said at a confirmation hearing, "I do not believe that Supreme Court justices are merely umpires calling balls and strikes. Rather, I believe that they make decisions as individuals who bring to the court their own experiences and philosophies." I have a question. Can a half-sister be buried 3 feet under? I have a question. Did Amelia Earhart ever fly off the handle? I have a question. Is Peter Pan a wash basin in a brothel? I have a question. Did Evel Knievel ever jump to conclusions? I have a question. Do ghosts ever go to tanning salons? That's a little on the esoteric side, and I do not apologize. I have a question. Did Roman gladiators wear jock straps? What's the big deal about engraving dates of one's birth and death onto a tombstone? Most persons are not aware of when they are born and when they die. So why not list significant dates on their tombstones that they are aware of, as the first time they sowed a few wild oats, or the first time they were arrested? I wrote this in haiku about some things I think are neat. Cole Porter's lyrics, the musical Guys and Dolls, Sled Ride in Greenland, Casablanca movie script, Sweet Butter and Sexy Jeans, Sinatra's phrasing, pure apricot juice, small town egg salad sandwich, off-the-wall sidekicks, custom-made dress shirts, magical times with lover, comics on a roll. I didn't realize alligators had that much clout, but they got the legislature to outlaw skateboarding in the Everglades. What a crock. I had to throw it in. Ladies and gentlemen, planet Earth is on hold. What is the perennial top pick when consumers are surveyed about the worst daily annoyance? You guessed it, not getting a human on the phone. Will we ever experience in the 21st century or any forthcoming century no caller put on hold? Hardly. If it were to happen, mothers could spend more time with their babies, and scientists could hang up the phone and cure cancer. Is reality a sham? Is reality a sham? I recently conversed with a gentleman who wrote 21 nonfiction books, including a popular seller on nutrition. I told a friend and fellow author about my chatting with him and the number of books he published. My friend's reaction? That's quite a record. As for me, I only write fiction. I don't believe in reality. Today, some words have been spoken. What are words, and what can words do? Words can do anything. They can make it fine and noble and glorious to kill men in battle, yet a crime to kill a private enemy. They can make sin appear as virtue and virtue as sin. Men have lived and died by words, yet words are essential because they are one of the tools to express thought. I've lived in 10 different decades, and I look upon dying as a matter of slapstick and pratfalls. No one should grow old who isn't ready to appear ridiculous. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to a little bit of nonsense this evening. And in closing, I leave you with this comment. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there were a mass eruption on planet Earth so we could start all over and this time get it right and no more of this Adam and Eve bullshit? Thank you.